call the meeting to order and please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hear any comments from the public? Anybody online?
I don't see anybody online.
Okay, Angela sent out the minutes to everyone.
I just want to make sure everyone online can hear us okay. If you can give me a thumbs up. Camille is trying to connect audio. Okay. She'll get no.
Someone please move that we accept the minutes as printed.
I think.
Good
Oh,
now.
you're good.
Someone's
You're
talking.
good.
Hi,
Hi, Camille. Thank
sorry
you.
about that.
That's okay.
I did stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Would you like to move that we approve the minutes?
Yes. Yes.
Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. I'd like to first start off by saying I'd like to thank all of these commission members as we close for the summer months and we return on September 9th because Labor Day, the second, first, we have it on the night. I also would like to thank Madam Director Neil for her tireless effort, for always giving the best and always thinking about what's best for the mission. Specifically, our mission is the entire community of Old Saybrook have services. And also, I would like to mention that we are trying very hard to have a member of the estuary to be on our committee starting in the fall. The current director is retiring. I've been down there several times leaving messages. He's not returned, but hopefully I will eventually get someone there. But we really want to expand so that we have really the sense of early childhood all the way to and as our community has several senior citizens we want to include. And finally, I'd like to recognize our two members who are going on. We can't thank you enough. We've had a busy year between academia and sports. And why don't you speak for me first about where I know where you're going, but where are you going on?
I'm going to Providence College in the fall.
Congratulations.
And
And what would you like to
Wow,
That's
congratulations.
a familial issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside.
Tradition.
What do you
It's
hope
okay.
to study?
I'm not really sure yet.
Okay.
I'm going undecided.
Good, smart.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you will.
Well, 2 out of 5, right? So, and Mr. Wesley,
I'm attending the University of South Carolina
Yeah.
and learning either political science or business.
Okay. And playing any sports?
Club lacrosse.
Okay.
Yeah, lacrosse. But
All right,
I'm excited for that.
awesome.
good. Well, we wish you the best. And you'll find getting on college campus in the experience you've had, see, be able to live outside there. We give you a very good respect. And so on behalf of the commission, I'd like to thank you, cards.
You have a little-
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely. And did you have any sense of, Mr. Plotkin is online here, it's not feeling well tonight. But I know that he is thinking about some male students who could not replace you, but fill in while you're at college. Do you have any thoughts or suggestions for any students you know?
Yeah, we talked about it. 2 students
Okay.
we think kind of that are similar to us are Jack Talpey,
Could you spell his last name?
Talpey,
All right,
and Matt Kidd.
Matt.
KIDD.
okay, thank you. Do you know, have you mentioned anything to them or?
Yeah, we
Okay.
talked about- yeah.
All right, cool. All right, and Mr. Plotkin, do you want to give a thumbs up if you heard those names? Okay. All right, 2 thumbs up, all right, okay.
They're good
Okay.
kids.
All
He
right.
doesn't feel well, but he get his stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thank you very much for that, and thank you again for your time. And Alexa, we want to thank you too for your time as a representative. Hope you're going to be with us again next year. And these guys are heading off, so it's an important role that you fill and we really appreciate it. I wanted to ask how prom was, if any of you.
Prom was
Okay.
good. Yeah, it
Okay.
was good. Everyone
Okay.
was behaved and safe. so-
Nice, nice. Okay, and where was it?
St. Clement's Castle. in
Oh,
Portland.
supposed to be
The
beautiful.
food though, not good.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's too bad.
Oh, yeah, we got a shake over here.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
Actually, usually.
yeah, I've heard that.
That's what we heard.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good
Okay.
Shirley Temples.
Okay, okay. Okay, well, I'm glad to
So
hear.
your senior, quite a night. Couldn't die early, but at the end of the night, I understood why they
Mhm.
started at 6.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
I'd also like to thank Angela for her time. Eugene, and Brittany, it's good to have you at the table. Okay, next,
Mike, just what you said about, reaching out to estuary, do you know Garrett? Who
Yeah.
works there, who does
Mhm.
that? He's their programming person, so I don't know if he would be the person to reach out to,
Yeah,
so I went over there when I took this role, just to say, hey, the police department would like to get involved with
Mhm.
estuary as well, doing like, fraud, lessons and stuff like
Mhm.
that for the elderly, and, he's gonna put me in touch with Garrett, and I actually bumped into him, this
Great.
weekend.
okay,
So he would be a good point of contact. So I'm waiting for an email from him. I can send it to you once I get it.
Yeah. terrific.
Yeah.
What you sent.
yeah, he's
Okay.
great.
First on is program coordinator, Brittany.
Me. So we had recently over at the middle school social media and healthy gaming. We had Waterford Youth and Family come over, and it's their Youth Promise. So it's kind of like the DARE program, but they call it Youth Promise. And they actually work really closely with their Waterford Police Department. They also have had Groton come over as well, and they brought the Comfort Dogs, which were a huge hit. And they talked, and here's actually, you guys can kind of share that around. It's their presentation of the that they used throughout the night. They talked about social media and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, how parents. It was a combined presentation for parents and students. So it was very interactive together, which was really positive, and a lot of parents were very pleased with it.
I just wanted to ask Ryan, have you heard of that program?
No, no.
Okay, good. Well, we're gonna make an appointment with both of you.
Okay.
and Come over and do a presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And it's an amazing group. So You Promise is what they use as in filler of their DARE program, but it's kind of like DARE in a way, but it's very more up to date with, they constantly every month, or not every month, every year over the summer, they get input from the 4th grade parents, the teachers and admin to see what's the major things that are changing, because
Mhm.
everything's changing constantly. So they revamp it every year to what's going on in their community.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of a different program.
And their youth
Great.
and family works very closely with the police, so it's, to support both event supports. It's not fully on your plate or fully
Yes.
on ours. But it might be a kind of an interesting way
Yeah.
to re-energize
Yeah,
that
exactly.
process.
Yeah, so it was really great, great conversations, lots of great questions that took place. Wish we had the attendance was up a little bit more, but there's a lot of sports happening, but we're very happy with that. The ones that did come were very animated and very excited answering questions. So that was really awesome. We did finish up with our National Prevention Week last month. From having on Wednesdays, well, every day we had a newsletter go out with different topics each day: mental health, substances, suicide, gaming and gambling, human trafficking, and eating disorder. Those were the topics for each day. And then Wednesday we had CRAD, which is the Connecticut River Health District, over at the high school with us to talk about healthy skincare and skin cancer awareness. What's the best way to handle getting ready for prom, and making sure you still look tan in a healthy way. So Sherry Carlson was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So she was super awesome. She fed me a lot of knowledge, even when you're getting your nails done with the UV or LV light thingy. You put
Mhm.
UV,
Yep.
you put sunscreen right around here. So her and I discussed how we can help maybe the nail salons remind people, maybe even providing them a bottle before they do some nails. So it's just some fun fact that I never knew about or thought about when getting your nails done. So Sherry Carlson was amazing. Appreciated everything she did. She gave out bracelets at the information table, and they looked at different pictures on the board she had. We were also there doing giveaways. We had our stress little ball with our logo on it, and a coloring little book with our logo. So we gave those out along with materials for mental health. And ways to being connected and checking on your friends, which was really great. We probably interacted with about 250 students, give or take, because it was
Great.
lunchtime, so it was just kind of like a wave and talking back and
Mhm.
forth. And then we were over on Thursday at the middle school doing the same thing. It was just us, just because we didn't focus so much on this thing. The dance prom's not happening over at the middle school age, so it was just us. We probably gave out, we had to refill it several times, so we had 3 boxes of these squishies. And so we had about 300 plus students coming to the tables and learning more about information for prevention and how to get involved with us when they go over to the high school for 8th graders. So that was great. Our biggest celebration that happened on Friday was our national celebration of prevention, and that was over at the middle school on the field hockey field.
Should share.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
we go.
Oh, yeah, we'll start with that. Yeah, good idea.
We're gonna play a little video for you all, so you can see the great stuff that Brittany organized over for the middle school students.
Uh-oh,
Uh-oh.
look what she did. Oh, here we go.
Sorry, our TV's dying.
That night love hit me like a heavy storm. I know it's been so long to recall it right. You don't forget the good vibes, and you don't forget the good times. No, you don't forget the good vibes, and you don't forget the good times.
I got it. Okay, good, yeah.
Oh, you just exit that out. Should pop up there. So that was just a little glimpse of just what that day was like. We had over maybe 90 students compared to the year prior where we had maybe 30. So I think that spot was just the perfect spot. And it was awesome because over at Park and Rec, they were like, we're so happy you guys are over here. So to maybe combine a little bit more next year would be great as well. But it was so much fun. There were so many snacks, kids went through them all. And they just had so much fun, and it was fun to, but they were just like, why is this here? And we just had kept talking about it, and they were like, okay, what about prevention? So it was good to have the conversation started with them too. So it was a really great. We had changed the script there, giving out chapstick and some information coloring books for mental health, which was really cool for their age range. A balloon maker design lady, she was fun. Face painting was volunteer high school students, which was really nice as well. Bounce house. So yeah, we had a bunch of tables and information for them to have for freebies. So they love freebies.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions for Brittany around this process? Okay, well, I want to thank you very much because it was really, a lot of engagement, and part of, the next segment is around community engagement. And some of it is just getting to know kids and talking to them. And we wear a lot of, mental health awareness t-shirts. We always have our names on things. So even though they may not be hearing the literal message, they're getting to know us and they're remembering our name because they have consistent contact with us. And involving and working with the police department too, I think a program like that could be really effective in terms of, re-engaging kids in what the DARE program was kind of designed for. But prevention isn't just about substance abuse prevention either. So a lot of what we do is just education around what that actually means. It's such a broad topic too, but the other secondary piece, as I mentioned in previous meetings, is the parent piece. So we always have the parent presentations as well. That's what that was over at the library. So it takes a lot of work to do all the kind of planning, and it's not news to any of you busy people who do the same kind of thing in your own departments. So what commission members can help us with is, when you get our newsletters, if you think someone might be interested in it, send it to them. A lot of the things we do now are hybrid, so it's not restricted to residents only. So really, the more the merrier. People from other towns who want to attend, they're welcome. There's usually no cost for most of what we do. So send our stuff out. And Taryn, thank you very much for always putting our stuff up on your.
Something to kind of think about when we were doing hybrid, it's kind of nice to have people from different towns. So some people have a hard time going or attending something in their own town because it might be a hard topic. So having it go kind of shoreline wide is really helpful for people to kind of attend something and the vulnerability sides.
And a lot of the shoreline youth first bureaus, we share resources and meet all the time. So we have a community corner newsletter that goes out to let people know what's going on in Westbrook and Connecticut and Clinton. Because even going one town over, people feel a level of remove from their neighbors, and it might be more comfortable for them. So, all right. So director's report, community engagement, advocacy, and education. I wanted to thank the police department and acting chief Ryan. Reached out to him about a DEA national take back. It's a prevention program that has been going on for a long time. And I had written to him and said closest ones were Clinton and East Lyme, and that there's a little bit of paperwork that's involved. Well, a little bit, there's probably a lot, but it's okay. We'll get there. And so he wholeheartedly responded, saying that would be great. And I just wanted to tell you some of the stats related to what the take back boxes are for and what they can accomplish. So there are 75 PDs in Connecticut that are actively involved and 73 box sites in our whole state. So in the last year, Connecticut collected in pounds, and I'll send this to you, Ryan, so you can have that. In pounds, 10,203 pounds in Connecticut. Rhode Island was 3,600, a little bit over. New York's 15,000, and Massachusetts 26,500. So, the surrounding states, there's a lot of, so the primary purpose of these is to take back drugs that are no longer needed, prescription drugs that you might have gotten for wisdom teeth operations or things like that, but also for a lot of senior citizens who may have a lot of different kinds of prescription medication within their home. Relatives are sometimes concerned about that. They can bring it here to a take back box and dispose of it safely. There is one national day, no, there's two national days, but one is in April every year, but they are available at all times for people to go and dispose of drugs. So I'm really glad we're going to be able to move that ahead.
Where would that be placed?
It would be at the police. Yeah. Because there's a lot of safeguards and things in place for that. But it really helps us in terms of prevention because we can utilize that site in our marketing and outreach to let people know. And when we talk about the senior citizens, one thing I've been working on with Gareth actually is to arrange for an opioid awareness training for senior citizens. And we have, through the opioid funding, we have a lot of the drug lock boxes that we want to share with. We've done one for realtors before in Chamber of Commerce, but the senior citizen who want to do one with them. So if you were arranging with him, maybe it could be a joint thing. I know it's easy to pitch them at their lunchtime, and they're awake and everything. So it's taken a little while to get this organized, but even a Narcan training, because some of them do have young adult kids living with them or even grandchildren. So we talk a lot about safety and storage. Yesterday, we spent most of the day with Mr. Labriola in the 8th grade over at the middle school. And we're talking about Campaign, the 9th grade transition program to them. I think we had 4 sessions. So we played the video from last year and we talked to them about the new 2-day program. We piloted that model last year. Tuesday of that week, Campaign comes to the school. We have the kids outside. We do a lot of team building skills and activities. Friday, we go to Campaign and it's just all fun all day. It's only from 9 to 2 because a lot of the feedback we've gotten was that students want to get home after school or back for sports and things that was causing some problems with soccer and things like that, which we totally understand. Then last year when they got there, they were complaining that it ended at 2. So,
They wanted to
yeah, so.
No-win situation.
Right, right. But it's a nice transition from the old overnight program, which, you know, that was a classic, and I don't know that we can replicate that in this day and age. But it was certainly phenomenal while it lasted. But this one is really, the school embraced it, and the administrators were great, Dave and Joe. And the freshmen had time to settle into the school year because we moved it almost 2 weeks later than when we used to have it. Bless you. And so teachers came on the Tuesday outside with us, and they came to Camp Hayes. And so the students really got to build some rapport and get to know them very well, which I think was positive. Current prevention initiative. If anybody's seen our billboard over by, as you're heading to Mystic Market, if Mystic Market's here, there's 2 billboards on your left, past Roots Garage. We have access to the opioid settlement funds. And currently we've had a series of billboards around prevention, storage, and opioid education. So our last one is there right now if you get a chance to see it. But our next initiative is, you probably saw our banner out front about social hosting liability law. And we have yard signs that are going to be going up probably tomorrow sometime. So that's pretty good. Do you want to say anything about?
Sure, we currently have, when prom started, we put it out front of the high school, so thank you to Mr. Plotkin and Mr. A for allowing that to happen, to kind of remind parents about the social posting laws. And it's not just for alcohol anymore, it's also cannabis now, just been added. So that's also a major plus. So we put that out. We also did it over at the middle school where parents do drop off and pick up. As a friendly reminder, since graduating 8th graders are moving up to the high school. And just having that message just a little bit here and there. We've also moved the ones from the main road to where parent pickup is, just because graduation's right around the corner now since prom's over. So we have those still stationed at the school.
And just for any of our students who may not be aware of what social hosting liability means, it's for anybody who might host a party within their home where alcohol or drugs are available to youth under the age of 21, that they can become liable if any damage is done. Do you want to speak further to that?
No, we don't deal with it too much
Okay.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
really kind of nothing like when we were kids in terms of what was going on.
Right,
So,
right.
but
That's
basically,
good.
yeah, it puts the liability in the onus on
Mhm.
parents. They can do the one job.
Yeah. And it's just one part of our educational efforts because, we have had a few phone calls since that banner went up because it's got a picture of a marijuana leaf on it. And tomorrow we have it's Pride Month, so we'll have a banner going up. And sometimes our environmental strategies are designed to get some kind of reaction from the community to find out what people are thinking. So it's good when people call, whether it's a complaint or a compliment. If it's a complaint, it goes to her phone. Compliment, it comes to mine. So, and then future planning for teen activities. I spoke with Ray today and Taryn. We're hoping to meet sometime in July. Are you going on vacation in July? Yeah. Okay. After July 11th, is the clear date. And we'll get together. We wanted to talk about utilizing some of our staff and your space and combining to do some collaborative programming for teams. We get a lot of feedback, and Mr. Plotkin, you've been great in terms of your messaging around, what there is for teen activities, and we spend a lot of time here talking about how to promote that safe, healthy, ways for kids to get together. And there's a lot of feedback on Facebook about, kids don't have anything to do, which I'm not entirely sure that's, but we need space, right? So even if it was a once a quarter team night, I know you guys do some of that, but maybe with our support too, we could do something big, like, get some food trucks or outdoor bands or something like that, make it kind of a cool thing to come to. We get a lot of, I've heard a lot on Facebook about the Far Side, right? Back in the day, and how cool that was. And again, different day and time, different students. But I do think that there is a need for that kind of activity in place to meet your friends and hang out. That's safe. Especially for some of the parents that we know who are trying to get their kids to detach from technology a little bit, even if it's only for an hour. So I just wanted to read Mr. Plotkin's comments that he shared. Thank you, Dave. Prom was great, and the school appreciates the support from youth and family at the high school leading up to it about making good choices. The new yearbook distribution event at Harvey's Beach was great but cold. And now we are on to final exams and graduation, and we look forward to the whole community coming together to celebrate the class of 2025 on the 16th. So thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. And I just wanted to ask if you want to talk about the Special Olympics.
Yeah, so tomorrow is
Right.
Special Olympics torch run. Starts at like 9 o'clock by Volcom Road, comes down 154 to Main Street. I think we're on Main Street at about 9:20, 9:15.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got Old Boston Post Road past the high school.
You guys running?
No.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Okay, okay,
Um,
yeah.
But we have a good group of runners this year,
Nice.
so we've actually, they have one of the programs through the Special Olympics is Adopt a Mile. So we've actually,
Oh, cool.
the Town Hall, Police Commission, and some businesses have supported us by adopting miles. So we're raising
Oh, that's
additional money
great.
for Special Olympics. So hopefully we'll have a good crowd on Main Street. I know the middle school still comes out with like their band, their band.
They
and
were
everything like that.
practicing the other day.
Yeah.
and they're very
Oh,
excited.
So it would be, should be a good day. We're gonna cut it a little bit short because of the construction
Yeah.
project out right there. So I spoke to them
Okay.
today, we're gonna stop at the Schoolhouse Road.
Okay. So you actually come right by here.
Come down Main Street.
Right in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So we'll be-
And that's about 9.
Kick off at 9 from Volcom Road, so it's about 9:15.
Okay,
So it's always
Great.
fun.
great. Do you have any other updates from the police department for us? Want to mention?
No, so I feel like we're doing well.
Yes, very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been, I guess, about 2 months now. We're starting to get a grasp of how things run, and obviously Tuesday, set the department up to run itself, basically, so that's not too difficult, but just, doing scheduling now and dealing with budget aspects, so it's a little bit different for
Mhm.
Stephanie and I. But so we're-
Yes. Yeah.
Graduation.
Mhm. Okay. And I know I haven't seen you since last month.
I
And we-
have your email.
Yeah, yeah. No, and we can, yeah, we can talk after Celebrate Saybrook. I just had to put together what I was thinking. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no worries at all.
I want to focus.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the next bullet point there. CYSA, I attended a training for JRB partnerships and school and police, and 2 presenters from the Institute of Living were talking about some of the academic programs and supports that are being set up. And I'll send you something, Dave, as well, to talk about that regarding attendance boards and whatnot.
I actually have
Okay.
I wasn't sure if my voice was going to work, but apparently it is right now.
Great, great.
We have a new regulation going into place at the high school next year too that is related to this, and that's that absences, certain number of absences, when a student reaches a certain threshold, they will have to appeal for credit, meaning the credit is withheld temporarily, and then once they appeal and show a reason why they were absent for certain reasons, it would be reinstated. So just
Okay.
to go along with that idea too.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, that'd be good to, I think the Board of Ed sent out the new policies, and I haven't gotten all the way through those yet. But our model, which I had mentioned last year, was in working with you guys for a recommendation for families to come here, minimum 1 session, but up to 3 at no cost to families, so that we can look at and assess different ways that we can help support the process of them re-engaging the student in school, along with what you guys already do.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of launch a marketing campaign around this summer to get the word out, make sure everybody's aware. But we're gonna do it obviously in a positive light to make sure that they understand that we value kids being in the school, and that's what they learn best. And that's why we want to do this. But we also are going to maintain all of our support structures and kids that are dealing with school avoidance issues. So maybe when we start sending that information out, we can have a conversation about support services that you can provide for students and families that are struggling with that too, and have all that information together.
Sure. Okay, that'd be great. And yesterday, when we met with all the 8th graders, we played a game where they could ask questions anonymously on pieces of paper about things they were looking forward to at high school and things they were nervous about. And some of their questions were around how to get extra credit. And we all said the same thing: go to school, do your homework, eat your vegetables, get up on time. So yeah, definitely want to work and present it in a positive, proactive way. Yeah, okay, good, thank you. So in terms of our staffing, I wanted to let you all know our program coordinator, Justin Alessia, who was out on leave for a while, has given his notice. So Friday will be his last day with us. He's actually a marriage and family therapist, and he needs to work in a place where he can get more clinical hours to work towards his licensure. So we absolutely understand and support that. We'll miss him. He's done a great job here with some special programs at the high school and a real special connection here to kids in the middle school and the Wilderness Challenge. I do have Cassie Garcia, who's one of our reps, has been hired kind of part-time through the summer to be a bilingual person to go along with our teen trips and some of our local trips here. And then we'll be posting the position for the program coordinator very soon. Interns, we had a graduation. Kim Sterner graduated from CCSU as an MFT. Kate will be graduating in August. We're very happy for them. Kelly is with us through December, and we have the UMass Global student who will be here for probably October till October. And then we have a UNH person starting in August. So it's always nice to see their growth and how they move through the program and then finish their programs, and we feel good about that. So the next part is really for you a review of the schedule. I did want to go back to more consistent meetings because there is always a lot of ground to cover. And part of what we do is just the sharing of information across the table and hearing back from other people. So
Ed and I, not having a regular schedule, I think there was somebody out, and maybe this was really remind people. It's not that we spend a lot of time in the meeting, but once a month gives us the flavor. And instead of having one meeting for such and such, we're going to have it just like what is the issues that are happening. And I think as an example of what Heather and Brittany just gave tonight is certainly valuable information for us as commission members to be able to hear it and process it. And so we'll meet every month, which is normally the first Tuesday of but there'll be some exceptions because of holidays and so
yeah,
we have a sheet. Hopefully
I think you have to vote on it. They have to vote.
so
They have to vote on it.
okay. Would someone please move that we accept next year's calendar schedule as proposed? Jeff, second?
A second.
Okay. All those in favor? Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I did want to remind you that November is election day, but the next one was Veterans Day, and
Okay,
so yeah,
it's not a residential.
Right.
Okay, anyone against? Perhaps.
all right. So I look forward to connecting with everybody July and August, because I know that's when we do a lot of our work. And thank you all for being part of the commission this year. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Any student reports?
Obviously, like you said, prom went well. I know we just recently, and you mentioned it, we had the like the senior yearbook event, which it was a little chilly, but that was very nice. It was a nice way to kind of go out in a way.
Sure.
And everybody kind of came together and signed yearbooks.
Oh,
which was
nice. What did you do at it? Did you have like a fire or
There was pizza.
pizza? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There was.
Okay.
And then recently, I think it was last week, there was also like a capstone night, where everybody that did a capstone project this year, got to like present it, and it was kind of like people could walk around and talk
Nice.
and ask about different things, which was nice. It
Yeah.
showed all their homework. And then we also had the senior awards night.
Mhm.
Brenda and I had to miss it for Ross sadly,
Oh.
but I heard it was very fun. It's cool to see like what everyone's doing, like what scholarships they received, and what type of person they are. I did. I received a police union one.
That's great.
No, it was really jammed filled out of my. Was
Because
Mhm.
I remember when I went for my brother when he was a senior. I think it's always well run. One of the best things I think once ever has.
Mhm. Sure, and relieved. Yeah, sure. Alexa, how about from your,
I feel like this month very, very busy. There's like a lot of cramming everything in.
Mhm.
We're having a fundraiser for our class this Friday.
Oh,
Looking
yeah.
towards like children, young ages,
Yep.
for their families to come.
Do you have many people signed up to come?
We are advertising. We advertised yesterday, and we're advertising tomorrow at 2 of the open events.
Great.
But as of Sunday, nobody.
Oh, we put it on the electronic signs too for the town and sent it out, so I hope tomorrow at those events you'll
Yeah.
go. Yeah, it looked really great. I
Yeah,
know,
like it's art show and everyone, parents go to that. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
hope that will
Yeah.
get a lot of attention.
It's so, it can be so discouraging to try to find just the right date, but it's always competing, but
Yeah.
so. If it doesn't work this time, don't let the idea go,
Don't
because
give up
it's
yet.
really great. Thank you.
Any other old business? New business or advocacy? Summer?
Mhm. Yes, yes. Thank you, Jeff. Okay. Stephanie wants to get in there. Thank you, everybody.
All in favor, say aye.
Mill and David,
Happy
thank you
summer.
for being here. David,
Thank you.